Welcome back. Today's vlog is called 30 Days in Cambodia. I remember sitting down the airport in Tokyo. I was pretty tired. Guy leans over to me and goes, "Are you American?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, I thought so." And I thought to myself, I was like, man, this guy's got a read on me. I mean, outside of the obvious, I felt like, what's going on, right? So it piqued my interest, and I said, "How'd you know?" And he leans over and says, "Every American walks into the room, scans the place for danger, and then sits down." I was like, okay. And he said, "No crime in Japan." And I was shocked. I was like, man, I gotta come back for a while. So that kind of segues here into coming to Cambodia. One thing about many of these countries I've traveled to, some of them I've been to many times, one of them Ho Chi Minh, Philippines, and Thailand. All three I've been to a good amount of times. I'll venture out and see new things, but generally speaking, I know the territory where I'm hanging out. I know what to be on the lookout. But Cambodia was completely different. Other than having a Cambodian girlfriend at one time named Nut, I really didn't know what to expect. Never ate Cambodian food. I'd been to Cambodia only on visa runs, and Jeff mentioned to me, he was like, "Man, you should go over to Siem Reap. It was great." So when I arrived, I was pretty tired, and actually wasn't sure how long I was going to stay. I was faced with some interesting things, one being credit cards aren't a thing and ATM withdrawals are a thing, and it kind of turned me off pretty fast. One of the things, even like Vietnam was like this too. I mean, until you kind of get to know things, you're not sure where to eat, and that can really have an effect on your experience for sure. I experienced a little bit of that in the Philippines. Not so much in Thailand. There's a lot of great food, but it can definitely throw you off, especially if you're, not sure where you're staying. But I mean, I've met a lot of people. Some of the places I've gone, I have these relationships. They know me, I know them. I know what to expect. And Cambodia definitely wasn't that. Here, 30 days, my 30-day visa is almost up. I kind of like this place. I mean, I wouldn't say Siem Reap overall, but the place where I'm staying is pretty nice. Started to get some different places where I like to go eat, and started to kind of get settled a bit. It's always kind of tough one to move on when you feel like that. I feel a lot like that in Vietnam. I mean, the place I stayed, I mean, I feel really comfortable. They know me, I know them, and no one's worried too much. The days are passing pretty quickly. That's about the only thing going on quickly. I gotta book some more travel, which I've kind of dragged my feet on a little bit. But I will indeed be moving on. This is in the Philippines where I could show up at the immigration and just get a stamp in my passport and it'd be all right. The plan is to fly out of here in about 9 days-ish onto, it looks to be Bangkok. And of course, I only say that because it could be anything. The prices seem pretty cheap. I try to give myself a little bit of a, window. I don't try to run it down to the last day, that's for sure, especially with some of the experiences that I've had. When coming here, all the chatter of the foreigners talking about this 1-year visa kind of had me thinking I could be here a while. Then when I discovered that arriving on a tourist visa, I couldn't go into a business visa, and the ATMs and all the things I went through, I was kind of like, well, you're just gonna move on, and that's that. I could have extended maybe 30 more days. However, what I would have to go through, give up my passport for about 8 to 10 days while they took off to Phnom Penh to renew my visa, kind of made me think better of it. After staying here, I probably will stay some time in Phnom Penh, even though the cost has gone way up, honestly. I mean, Phnom Penh is definitely growing. The only times I've been to Cambodia before had been just visa runs to refresh my Vietnam visa. Actually, the visa runs were more of a thing, but it appeared that there was definitely people still doing them because the bus thinned out once we hit the border, and there was people that jumped out doing their own thing, clearly, and they were foreigners. They had all their papers ready and everything. It definitely looked like they were doing the visa run thing. The good news is just about 3 days from now, I'll be able to apply for the 90-day for Vietnam, but I may do that while I'm in Thailand, being that's a free visa. I get, if it hasn't changed, I'll get 45 days this time, which will be nice. Actually, 30 is a little fast. And you never really get the full benefit if you book like a 30-day on Airbnb or something, because, it seems like you always lose a couple days in there, one way or another. Definitely the way to come is a show up visa for Cambodia, and then you can transition that into a 1 year or a longer term visa with a note from a business. But when you show up, I think you could get like 6 months on a show up. if I'm not mistaken. I think it's just a little bit of money, and I think that's all that stands in between you and a longer stay than 30 days. I hope I get a chance to come back here, but it's one of those places that you might find it hard to make it back to. I mean, you travel around Asia enough, you'll probably hit Malaysia, you'll hit Bangkok, you'll hit Ho Chi Minh, you'll hit all the hubs at some point. This is definitely not a hub. However, there is a airport being put in here, from what I'm told. I would say that Cambodia is definitely an up and coming place. A lot of money pouring into this place. A lot in Phnom Penh for sure. I was surprised at the amount of development, just kind of taking the shuttle over. A lot of banks. So you could definitely see a lot of money pouring into the area. If you travel over in Asia, I mean, the secret is really this. I mean, every person is going to, like certain places, and, everyone's a little different. I'm definitely looking forward to Thailand, and I kind of miss Vietnam a little bit. The expenses have been low-ish, low to middle-ish. What that means is maybe it's costing me $1,200 to $1,500 a month to be here locally, and that cost, of course, is with visas and travel and all that goes with it. Without the travel, I could probably be close to $1,000 a month, and that's where I'm kind of hoping to be a little closer to. But it's hard if you're traveling a lot. You get beat up by all kinds of different costs. But I think that's all I have today. Hope you all are enjoying the ruins of Angkor Wat, and I have a lot more videos coming. Until next video. Thanks again for watching.